Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Thank you very much for clicking on it. I really appreciate it. Today, so excited. I'm so very excited. Today we have all of the final songs for the Queendom contestants. Obviously we had episode 9 yesterday. If you don't know, I've been watching the whole show as it comes out over on Patreon, so episodes 1 to 9 are all up and over there. If you want to see my reactions, hear my thoughts, all of that, it's all over on Patreon. But we have the final songs ahead of, obviously, the finale that is, I can't believe, already nearly here. Kind of wild. And we're going to have a listen to them here. I did this with Kingdom. When the Kingdom songs dropped, I checked them out here on YouTube, and I figured I would do the same thing for these. So we have all 6 songs. Thank God. Brave girls. Made it through, baby! We really pulled through for Brave Girls with this round, and it made me so happy. But anyway, yeah, we have all 6 songs. I've put them in order, for the most part. I've put them in order of the contestants' seniority. So we're going to start off with HYOLYN and then make our way through. The one exception is WJSN, which I am saving to the end because, honestly, it's the song that I'm the most excited for. Also, I'm basically going to treat this like I do one of my album listens. So if you've seen any album listens from me, then you know I will pause. If I want to repeat a bit, I will. And I also will be making some notes with the with the idea being that I'm going to attempt to make some kind of ranking of these 6 songs according to my personal taste. Now that is... big disclaimer, it's all going to be according to my personal taste and my personal feelings. Obviously, there are groups that I am biased towards. A lot of these groups I am biased towards, and that kind of takes the bias out of it. I've said this multiple times, I am rooting for all of them to just do well and deliver amazing performances, which they have been. And like, I have my 2 that I am rooting for just a little bit more in my heart, just because... I don't know, just because I do. Like, there's no real reason for it. Your heart wants what it wants. But yeah, any ranking that I come up with, whatever it may be, is purely going to be based on my own taste and not a reflection on the groups themselves or anything like that. It's purely just down to how I feel about the songs. So yeah, it's an exciting time. It's a very, very exciting time. I've been really enjoying the show. Let's get into this. Oh, one more thing, just before we dive in. Tomorrow, I'm going to be with my good friend and fellow reactor, Locke, talking about round 3 in the Like Queendom podcast that we do. We haven't done one for a few weeks just because life, but it kind of worked out because it means we can kind of talk about round 3 all in one go. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow. I will leave links to Locke's Twitch and his channel that he'll post the podcast too, so if you want to catch that and hear our thoughts, you can go and do so. If not, no worries. It's all good. We talk for hours, so I'm sure tomorrow will be no different. But anyway, let's get started. So we're gonna start things off with Miss HYOLYN with Waka Boom, or My Way, featuring Youngji, which is very cool and very exciting. Youngji is fire. Youngji is dope. I'm kind of hyped that she's featuring on the song. I'm very intrigued to hear what this sounds like. Obviously, we heard tiny little bits, tiny little snippets towards the end of yesterday's episode, but we didn't hear a lot from anything, so who knows? But let's get started. HYOLYN, Waka Boom. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. That like marching band kind of vibe. Oh, that's heavy. Jesus, it's fucking loud. My bae, I see what you did there. Ooh! I know that intro is gonna be fire on stage. Oh, the flow she was doing there was super interesting. I kind of wish the top line was a little louder. I don't love the vocal mixing in this. Hey, the song hits though. The instrumental's fire. I just wish the top line was a little louder. Wacka boom boom, wacka wacka boom. Hey! I love that. Boop, 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 boop. That's better. It's sitting a little bit more above the instrumental here. Oh, that's fire. This is such an interesting song. Oh, her vocals. I know the performance is gonna be fire. I mean, she's delivered nothing but insane performances this whole time, but this shit feels big. Wacka boom boom, wacka wacka boom. Oh, I love that. Wacka wacka boom boom. Hey. I almost forgot she was gonna come in. God, Youngtae is too fire. Too fire. Oh, that voice mod is cool. Bruh. Oh, this is a gorgeous bridge. That's cool. Oh, I love a fake out. I love a fake out. Hey. Oh, those ad-libs. Again, wish they were a bit louder in the mix. I feel like this song will have more impact on me. I say that like it hasn't had any impact on me. It's an awesome song. The song is fire. But I feel like it's going to have more impact live. Which, let's be honest, is kind of the point of these songs. It's kind of the point of these songs. I remember with saying it with the QUEENDOM songs when they came out about how, I think it was SF9's song was just like, I think SF9's song was like my favorite just song. And then there was like songs that were made for performing. This feels like a song that is made for performing, which is awesome. I also feel like her vocals will be a lot more impactful in the live performance because she can be louder. I didn't love the vocal mixing in this. I don't know if it's just me, maybe I just wasn't hearing right, but it felt like, you know, in the softer moments when the instrumental was softer, like she sounded super clear, super bright, she was, you know, perfectly like loud enough, not too loud, blah 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 blah. But then as soon as it started getting louder, it's like her voice kind of got lost in the mix a little bit. I don't know. Still a fire song. That's purely a technical thing. She's gonna kill the performance. Let's move on. Okay, so now we move on to VIVIZ. I know that this is kind of a bit wishy-washy in terms of where do you put them seniority-wise, but I'm going based on the GFriend debut because it makes sense to me. But we're going to check out Red Sun by VIVIZ. Kind of hilarious that obviously Brave Girls just performed their song Red Sun and now we have VIVIZ Red Sun. I love coincidences, they're great. But anyway, this, from the little snippets that we heard, and I think from what Shinbi said, like it sounds very GFriend from that tiny little snippet that we heard. And I think Shinbi said something along the lines of it being like an unreleased song from Source. Which if that's the case is very interesting. And I'm very intrigued as to why they went down this route. But I haven't heard the full thing, so let's get into it. Red Sun, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, pretty. And that sounds beautiful. Love his vocals in the background as well. I wonder if they're gonna go down that like jazz lounge kind of concept for the stage. Is this the chorus? I love these parts. Oh, with the little bits of vocal in the background, that's really cool. I have some thoughts, I'm gonna save them for the end. It's a beautiful song. Ooh. Love these parts where it gets real like jazzy with the instrumental. One more time. It's kind of an interesting chorus, the way it comes into the chorus. Oh, gorgeous. Wow. The melodies of this are so interesting. Oh, beautiful. Wow. What an interesting song. What an interesting song. Okay. I don't know how to process it. I'm super intrigued as to what they're going to do with this performance. Very, very intrigued. I honestly, I have no real idea. Like, I feel like half a dozen different things they could do. And they could do a combination of those things, or they could do none of those things. Like, that is a very, very interesting sounding song. Like, there are parts of it that sound like the most quintessential of GFriend songs, right? There are parts of it that sound like that, especially early on in the song. I think in the like first half of it, there are a lot of moments where I was like, this literally sounds like a GFriend song. But then there are these moments where it just veers into a whole new lane, which is very cool. I'm kind of conflicted because like on the one hand, it's very cool to hear those like GFriend sounding elements again, but on the other hand, I kind of really wanted them to not deliver like another bop bop, but something that further crafted their own identity away from GFriend. But then at the same time, they've kind of done that by like having these GFriend elements and then, you know, veering off into something different with this song. I don't know. I have a lot of conflicting feelings and I don't fully know how to process them right now. It's a beautiful song. Like, just on its own, everything else aside, it is a gorgeous, remarkable, stunning song. Those melodies, the strings, the jazzy elements, it's gorgeous. But then when you factor everything in, I don't fully know how I feel about it. And I'm not sure if I will know how I feel about it until I see the performance. But it is a gorgeous song. That much I do know. I really don't know what I expected. Like, we knew, you know, from those tiny little snippets that it was gonna, at least in part, sound a little bit GFriend-like, but that went down so many different routes. I feel like I could listen to that half a dozen times and still find new things in it. And still be, like, amazed and be like, okay, well, now we're going here. Oh no, now we're going here. Like, it never felt overwhelming. I'm very confused. Very confused. It's beautiful. We need to move on. I'm gonna have to re-listen to that one a few times before I figure out exactly how I feel about it. Okay, moving on. Wow, I am seriously a little bit overwhelmed by that last one. I just have so many thoughts, and I don't know which ones are right. But anyway, let's move on to Brave Girls. So we have Brave Girls with Whistle. I'm so happy they're in this finale. I'm so happy. I wasn't expecting them to win the round, but I kind of love that they did, because that just means that literally everyone was just like, no, we will have all 6 groups in the finale. No. Just pulled them through in a massive way. Like, good job, team. You really came through. I said a couple of times, especially in the podcast I've been doing with Vlog, I was like, right, here's what we got to do, everybody. If anyone comes 6th at any point, we got to rally. We got to make sure they don't come 6th in the next round. And you guys did it. I'm so proud. I don't think I had any impact on that whatsoever, but still, I'm very proud of everybody for pulling Brave Girls through. Like I said, I didn't expect them to win. I thought their performance was great in the last round. I didn't think it was first place worthy, would you, Sonia? But I completely understand why, and I'm very glad that they did. I think it's cool. It's a very cool, awesome redemption arc, very much their brand. And now we do, in fact, get to enjoy them in the finale. I'm so glad we have all 6 groups. And from the tiny snippets we heard of this, it just sounds so Brave Girls. Like, I don't know, there was just something about it. I was like, yes. Yes, like the kind of vibe that they've been bringing with like Tuma Baram and Thank You and stuff. I was like, this is the energy. This is the vibe. But we only heard like 2 seconds, so let's just dive in. They're also going to be closing the show on the finale as well. At least that's what it seemed like from when they were making the cue sheet at the end of the episode. I think they put themselves last. Which is cool. I'm here for it. Let's do this. This is where we get to the songs that I'm like really, really excited for. I was looking forward to all of them, but these 4 I've been really, really excited for. So, whistle. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Go! Oh, gorgeous. Hey! Gorgeous. Love it. Oh, it's like sentimental pop. I love it. Oh, going back down again on the power circle. And again. I love it. Oh, these melodies are beautiful. Sing it. Hey. Love the whistle. Hey. Oh, those strings in the background? Love that bit on the guitar is awesome. The way that bass kicks in. This is very easy to listen to. It's gonna be good for streaming. Hey! I love those deep brassy synths. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh. Oh. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, those strings. And I mentioned lately that I want to propose to Minyoung. Yeah, this is a banger. This is a banger. Yeah, it slaps. I'm gonna be super intrigued to see how the streaming scores actually work out because it's through Spotify. Because I think I was saying this in Discord actually, like Brave Girls are digital beasts if you're going by Korean streaming sites. I'll be very, very intrigued to see how that translates to Spotify. Because obviously Spotify isn't nearly as big in Korea. I feel like a lot of people still use, like, you know, the Korean streaming sites. And so it's super interesting that the streaming is through Spotify for this. Yeah, I'll be intrigued to see how that plays out for them. But that is a very, very streamable song. It is a bop. And once again, excited to see what they do with it on stage. Like, with, like, HYOLYN's song and with VIVIZ, like, I mean, VIVIZ is kind of a wild card, but it, like, both songs, like, feel like they lend themselves well to performances, right? And I do believe this will as well, but, like, this feels far more just like a song that you could listen to regardless of whether you see the performance along with it. Which I'm here for. But I'll be very intrigued to see how the performance works out. Anyway, Brave Girls, love you, did great. Ugh, I'm having such a good time. Let's move on. Okay, so now we have LOONA with Pose. Ooh, very thrilled that we have more LOONA music. Also, I believe it was announced that they will be having a comeback. I can't remember if it was like in June or just they just like, it will be soon. But there is a comeback on the way. Same with KEP1ER. I don't know if any of the other artists have announced a comeback yet, but I think both of those have sort of, at least in some way, hinted or said somewhere that a comeback is coming. Anyway, yes. Sorry, completely lost track of all thought. LOONA Pose. This definitely seems like they are going for something a little bit different. A slightly different vibe, slightly different style. From the preview, where we saw, like, you know, the practice room and stuff, and they were dropping some b-boying shit, I was like, oh dear God. We are not going to survive this performance. I'm super excited. We, like, again, we heard like a millisecond of the song and it sounds incredible. So, yay. Let's do this. LOONA, Pose, 3, 2, 1, go.
늘어나는 시선 사이에 레드카펫 펼쳐 그 위를 걸어 거침없이 반짝이는 스타라이트 쏟아지는 스팟라이트 터지는 셔터 그 빛을 삼킨 이 순간 카메라 날 보면 앵글업 네 맘을 훔치는 look 특별한 매력의 difference 훔치는 confidence 도도한 표정.
Hold on, was that Heejin? Was that Heejin just then? That going back and forth between my ears was amazing.
카메라 날 보면 앵글업 네 맘을 훔치는 look 특별한 매력의 difference 훔치는 confidence 도도한 표정과 stance. Other people stop. 지금 이 느낌 알지? Whoa. So high tension. Just make a way. 끝없는 style. 계속 working 자신 있게. Open my door. 더 자유롭게. Lights, camera, action, pose.
Oh.
Feel it like Hollywood 모두 알잖아 막신의 주인공 Follow my flow 물결친 voice cause LOONA's wave don't make a gold 어떤 소와 뒤 흔들어 I'm gonna change 그 순간 광활하게 터진 my space 점점 더 다가오는 뒤바뀐 세계 짙어진 얼빛 차오른 달빛을 봐 Keep going my way All the people stop 지금 이 느낌 알지 Whoa. So high tension Just make a run 내 뒤를 stay Keep walking on 걸어
action pose.
Oh, that is filthy. Oh, ad-libs.
Stand up and strike a pose. Pose. Turn on the light. Move the pose. Oh, the pose. Pose. I walk like
Give me acapella shit. Fuck yeah. God, that face! Is that the end? This is another one I feel like I have too many thoughts for and I don't know how to like straighten it out in my head. Oh. Once again, just as a song on its own, it's fire as hell. And it's an incredible song. It slaps. They sound amazing. I can only imagine how badass and awesome that performance is gonna look on stage. It's probably gonna take my breath away. Like, ooh, they're gonna kill that. There's this little thing. I think it's just because it's so different for them. There's like that little voice is just like, oh, but Loona. Like it just sounds so different from anything that they've ever done, which is cool. I'm always here for groups trying out new things. I don't know. I guess it's just like that little feeling of like being nostalgic or slightly missing that Loona sound. You know what I mean? That Loona sound that is very difficult to pin down. But this is very, very different from, I don't know how that works. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's just because it is so different and it's just going to take me a bit to adjust. But I am very excited to see that performance. That shit goes hard. That shit goes real, real hard. Goddamn. Okay. Ranking these songs is going to be a real butt. Why did I decide to do this? Okay, let's just move on. Alrighty, so on to KEP1ER. We finally have new KEP1ER music. I am so excited. Ugh. And yeah, I believe it was announced like literally today that they are due their comeback like mid-June-ish. I think it was like the 19th or the 20th. I can't remember exactly, but it was around then. So we're gonna have even more music. They are busy. I hope they're good. But yeah, we finally have new music. I cannot wait. And this sounds hard as shit as well. Like, at least from that tiny little bit, it sounds real hard. So, ooh, let's just do it. Let's do it. KEP1ER, the girls. It's kind of iconic that they did the boys and now it's the girl. Like, that's just kind of iconic. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. These instruments. Ooh. That's beautiful. What's her voice? Oh! I wonder if there's gonna be a second drop. Because that's... Well, I kind of want it to go harder. I want that more, like, intense bassy synth, you know? I wonder if we'll get that later. later. Those horns sound so good. I love hearing Hikaru do her thing. Oh, this back and forth with her and Dion is awesome! Gorgeous. I love this pre-chorus build up. I just want that. I want that punch. If they're saving it for the end, I swear to God. They're holding me in some tension right now. Ugh. They had that active lives. Good lord. Slightly conflicted again. That was amazing. That was amazing, but I was just waiting for that extra punch in that hook. We got that dance break and that was great, but then we went back to the hook again, but I just wanted that same punchy, aggressive, you know, with those deep, bassy, heavy synths, you know, like the brassy ones. It's still awesome, but I felt like I was just waiting for that the whole time. I don't know how I feel. I mean, with all of these songs, I think I've just got to go back and listen to them all again. Because my brain is just scrambled egg at this point. But yeah, I think now that I know not to wait for it, it'll be like... I won't feel as tense. Like I won't feel like I'm waiting for it. So I'll see how I feel about it once I've listened to it a couple more times. But yeah, aside from that, I know I'm going on about it, but like, it's at the end of the day a very minor thing. That slapped. That slapped. I love how different all of these songs are. Like, obviously, all of these groups, all of these artists are very, very different. They all have very different sounds, very different colors, very different vibes to them. But it's still really cool that all of these songs are so far apart from each other. It is awesome. Like, the variety, the range. We love to see it. We love to see it. There's like a little bit of something for everyone's taste. It's great. Like, I know some people aren't going to vibe with this. I know some people aren't going to vibe with like VIVIZ's song, so on and so forth. Like, everyone has just like their taste, right? But all of these, they're really, really good just in their own right. And I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, that Oh, that performance is gonna go so hard. Like, knowing their energy and their power and what they're capable of. That is 100% a song made for a performance. 100%. Like, you can listen to that, you can have a good time, but that is a song that's gonna shine. It is going to shine, it is going to glisten, it is going to gleam when they perform it. Guaranteed. Kind of reminds me a little bit with Stray Kids with Wolfgang. I remember when I listened to Wolfgang just on its own, I was just kind of like, I was just kind of overwhelmed and didn't really know how to feel about it. Like, I liked it, it was awesome, it was cool, but I was like, it's just a lot. It's a lot to take in. But then I saw the performance and I was like, that is where the song shines. I feel like this is going to have a similar vibe. I also feel like this shit's going to be great when I'm in the gym. I'm going to be unstoppable. It's going to be awesome. Anyway, we have one song left. I'm tired. We've been here for 45 minutes nearly. Let's do this. Now then, like I said, I wanted to save Sonia to last because based on those tiny little snippets that we heard, this was the song I'm the most excited for. Also, the fact that it's an EXE song makes me that much more excited. Like, that is super, super cool. We love to see it. EXE songs are always amazing. This is gonna be fire. Oh. If you've been watching my reactions to Queendom, then you will know this already. But Sonia have, by far and away, become like my favorites on the show. It's kind of hard to explain it because I love all of the contestants so much, but there is just something about Sonia, even despite the fact that, like, technically in terms of like my bias list, KEP1ER is higher than them. But Sonia they just have me. They just have me, like, my whole heart, my everything. Honestly, they're the one that I am the most rooting for to win. It's like them and Brave Girls are like my two that I would really love to see win. I'd be happy if any of them won. Thrilled even. But just, you know how it is, like, you just, somewhere in your heart, you can't explain why, your heart is just attached to certain people and it's just how it is. But yeah, like, it's these two. Sonia is also my prediction to win, at least at this point. It's kind of anybody's game. The amount of points that are up for grabs for the finale, it can really change the tide for everything depending on how they work out and how they're distributed. Obviously, it's more likely for those in the top three out in the overall points, which are HYOLYN, Sonia, and Brave Girls. It's more likely for them, but still, like, if KEP1ER turned around and dominated on all votes for, like, everything for the finale, they could win easily. Like, depending on how the rest of the votes stacked with the other contestants, like, they could win. Like, the chances are there. But yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like Sonia is gonna take it, but I don't know if that's just me having wishful thinking and being biased. But regardless, Sonia have taken up a very, 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 very special place in my heart. I had already kind of determined that they were an alt group of mine. Watching them on this show very much solidified it. And that last performance, pantomime, it set a whole new standard for me for Queendom performances. Pantomime is the standard for Queendom performances for me. Like, it is in its own league as far as I'm concerned. That it was just magnificent. It was amazing. They absolutely destroyed. And yeah. I've basically been obsessed with it since it dropped. I've watched it so many times, it's not even funny. But anyway, let's get back to the point at hand, which is this new song. So we have Aura. I just love them so much. I cannot wait to listen to this. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
All the orbits, planets, cosmos, the universe. I don't even need the moonlight because close. In the end, the queens enlighten with aura.
Okay. There's the whistle that they were talking about.
내게 aura. 찬란한 빛이 비친다. 작은 심장에 집혀 fire. 뜨거운 숨결을 따라 나를 따라. Make a nova. 내 눈빛을 담아.
Oh, those vocals in the background.
삼켜버린 pain. 아름다운 이 충돌 아찔한 중독까지 내 모든 것을 던져. 네 손끝에 단 이 순간 feel the higher, higher. 어둠이 삼켜오는 세상에 나를 외쳐.
Harmony.
타오르는 빛 점점
Ooh.
눈앞에 다가와. 어두운 밤하늘에도 날 비춰. 태양처럼 I'm gonna make you shine. La 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 나의 aura. 숨을 죽여.
Oh.
갇혀 내
Wait,
aura.
that-
갇혀 또 줘 너의 aura.
See, you have done the damn thing.
모든 빛이 겨내게 오라 잘 봐. 이제 날 바로 네 번째 몰라 느껴지니 그네. 이 손끝에 단 이 순간 feel the higher, higher. 어둠이 삼켜오는 세상에 나를 외쳐. 타오르는 빛 점점 눈앞에 다가와. 어두운 밤하늘에도 날 비춰. 태양처럼 I'm gonna make you shine. La 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 나의 aura. 어두웠었던 시간 속에서 아름다운 꽃을 피우고 싶어.
Wow.
찬란히 빛나는 나의 숨결 내 몸을 감싸줘 all the time. 타오르는 빛 점점 눈앞에 다가와. 어두운 밤하늘에도 나를 비춰. 태양처럼 I'm gonna make you shine.
Oh, that break. Boom, boom, boom. Oh. 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 I don't know what to say. I really, really liked it a lot. That's a great song. I feel like maybe this is just the mood I'm in today, but again, I feel like I was like waiting for that slightly extra bit of boom on the chorus, especially like that last chorus. But then, even then, I'm not sure if I do want that because I loved that that song was a little bit more understated. Like that was very, very cool, and it kind of added to this very mystical, magical, fantastical vibe that they were generating. I don't know. I have so many thoughts, so many feelings. Like I've been saying, all of these songs are incredible. All of these songs are incredible. And I have no doubt that they're going to be even more so when we watch them with performances. But beyond that, I have no fucking idea how I feel. I have so many conflicting feelings. None of them are bad per se. They're just there's just a lot going on inside my mind. There's a lot going on. I don't know what to do with myself. But these are all really, really good. Oh. I do think that is my favorite. I will say that. Like, whatever other conflicting thoughts, I'm fairly sure that is my favorite song of the bunch. Where I'm gonna put the rest of them in some kind of ranking, I'll figure that out later. Like I said, I'm kind of treating this like I do with my album listens, so I'm gonna go away, I'm gonna re-listen to these a bunch, and then I'll leave a ranking down here somewhere along here. Because yeah, there's no way that I can come up with any kind of ranking right now. My brain is there's too much happening. God damn. Damn. I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know what to do with myself. I think I should probably just end this here. Like I said, ranking will be down there. I need to go and just listen to these songs again and figure out what the fuck is going on in my brain. These all sound incredible. I cannot wait for the performances. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. I know the finale is going to be fire. And regardless of who wins, regardless of who comes out on top, they have all done such a phenomenal job on this show. Like, they have all delivered, all been amazing. And it's been really, really fun to watch. Really, really fun to watch. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end this one here now. Let me know what your thoughts are on the respective songs. Which ones are your favorites? And yeah, who are you most rooting for in the finale? No fan wars, no bullshit. I don't tolerate toxicity or hate or anything like that in my comments. It'll immediately be deleted and you'll be blocked from the channel. Don't even bother. Just don't even bother. But in a nice, you know, respectful way, feel free to talk about who you're most rooting for. And yeah. Good times. Good times. I am overwhelmed. I'm gonna go. Goodbye.